So what we're going to go straight into today, so we're not too much later, is making your products pop on social media. So what I want to do is, rather than focusing all around Christmas, because obviously we will naturally talk about Christmas, but you know, we're still only just got Halloween out of the way and we're just going into bonfire night. So obviously there's lots going on. But what I want to do is talk to you guys today about how to make your products pop on social media. So basically, if you are a service or if you have a product, I'm going to run through how different companies do it in different ways to hopefully give you guys some tangible things to, I guess, come away with from today. So for those of you who have never joined us before, so give me 2 seconds. Is this definitely working? Can you guys see my screen okay? I think you can. Right, so for those of you guys who have never joined us before, each week what we do is we go through a bunch of different case studies. I break down what different businesses do, and we hopefully give you guys some top tips on how you can do the same. So today what we're going to do is cover how to show off your products through video and craftsmanship, how celebrating ingredients and inspiration can tempt people, how using the seasons can create more of a buzz around your product, how being your customer can generate sales, and how going live can drive product awareness. So we've actually got loads to get through today, guys, but really I wanted to center all around a topic, which obviously I was asked in last week's, which was by a kitchen design company. And they were saying, you know, that what's the best ways of making their products stand out, or how do you get the story across of their products on social media when there's such a small team? So hopefully that's what we'll cover today, guys. Again, if you haven't seen it before, this is the Maybe dashboard. This is where you come for everything. So you can book your training through here. You can schedule in your content on the top left. Here you can reply to people's comments. You can go back to people who are mentioning you. You can engage with people. You can manage your ads. You can pretty much do everything. But basically what Maybe do is we help you guys connect digitally with your customers, because it's where your customers are. So I'm just going to get cracking. So I am going to start with a carpentry firm. They are called RK Joinery, and they are based in Cobham in Surrey. So hopefully what you'll see today is actually a few really good things. So you'll have a mix of different types of businesses, both local and national, or both indie and national, if you like. And this was actually a specific from the meeting last week. Now I'm going to pause this before we go into it. So this is from the meeting last week, and one of the things that we were asked, as I mentioned, was, you know, so if you are a small company, something like a design, interior design, kitchen design, you know, like you could have got a product, but you know, it's the end product, you know, how do you tell your story? How do you show off your product, especially if you're a small team? So I found these guys, and basically what they've done is they use a lot of video-based content to try and drive you in. So you can see here from their feed, what they do is they show you the end picture. So basically what it looks like and how beautiful and sexy and lovely it is. And then when you click on it, you'll see either other images or the videos of it being made. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about this one. Okay, so I mean, if you weren't expecting the party music there, I apologize, but hopefully you heard it okay. But what that was RK Carpentry, and then what they've been doing is they've been doing this dressing room. They've been creating it, and you'll see when you go back over some of their feed, they show it from sort of like concept, if you like, right through to the actual creation. Now, what I love about it is, now this is a bank of videos that is being created over a series of time. So they have shown it from literally, you know, here in its sort of shell, if you like. They're showing it here as a drawing. They're showing it here, and the actual drawers that you just saw being made, showing you that unit being put together, how it's all done by hand, how they've tested it out. Then they're showing you it physically in situ. In the dressing room. And I mean, I really want that dressing room, I'm not going to lie to you, it's incredible. But it is beautifully stunning work. and they've showcased it in the most beautifully stunning way that they could, by showing you from literally concept. So, you know, so someone's gone to them and said, I need a dressing room, these are my measurements. They've gone, they've visited, they've had a look, they've drawn up the concepts for the dressing room. They've then, what they've done is they've made sure that their team, so it doesn't matter whether they've got 2 people that work for them or whether they've got 10 people or whether they've got 1 person, it doesn't matter. They've trained their team to make sure that what they're doing is they've always got their phone. They're always walking around taking pictures. So if it was me, what I would do is have a list, right? So these are the things that we need. And it's just about asking your team to make sure they don't need to be in the videos if they don't want to. So ask your team to capture things. So what you'll see with that last bit there, that was a time lapse. So you see, this is just them literally walking around. This is them capturing key things. So things like, you know, if you think about with carpentry or design or something like that, it's how the product fits together. It's how it was all handmade. So it's showing you, you know, him physically working on it. Then it's showing you them put the things together. That again is a little is, you know, like a little kind of fast forward or like a sort of double time video, if you like, of them just literally walking around to show you the space and how it all looks and how it's lit up. This again is them just walking around it. So there's lots of different tools that they've used, but ultimately it is the story of how it was made. So they've used time lapses, again, done on any phone, done on an iPhone. It is the design. It is them physically creating the design in a digital way. Then it is taking that and turning it into a physical product. It's showing it in the warehouse, showing it with the team, showing it then put together, and then it's put together in the person's home, which is just incredible. And again, this is marked progress. So this is marked, you know, like this, it's part of a project. They've created a hashtag for the project as well, so that people who are interested in design and anything to do with this, they can follow it. So I guess there's a few things to highlight. It is train your team up to tell a story. So train your team up to make sure that they are literally, what I would do for if it was me, right, is I would get them to create a WhatsApp group, take tons of videos that, you know, some of them might be rubbish, some of them might be amazing, it doesn't matter, but take tons of videos, pop them into the WhatsApp group, and then have one person responsible for uploading all of them onto, say, a Google Drive, or, you know, like somewhere that's a shared folder. And then it is a case of literally, as each project goes along, you decide, okay, that little one might be just a story. So this little snippet here, that was probably a story at some point. So it'll have been, I don't know what the guy's name is, but say John, part of the team, and this is him actually doing this. And again, they could go into detail about what he's physically doing or how trained he is or anything like that. As little things, they can just be stories, and the stories can all be kept. And then you can just put them all together, and literally it's just creating a reel. You add some music, and then you've got, I mean, like, there's tons of them. That is how they do things. They tell a story. They look at how it's all going to work. They look at what the job was. This is another luxury dressing room that they've done. And then what you'll also notice with this is, look, they've tagged in who the customers were. So again, if your customers are happy to be known, make sure you're tagging them in, because they'll again want to share like this incredible workmanship that's gone into, whether it's a bathroom or it might be a kitchen or whatever it might be. Then they've tagged in, so Carla Webster here, so she's apparently doing the styling. So again, if you're working with any other companies, it might be that you're a joiner and you're working with an electrician, it might be that you're an electrician and you're working with a plumber. Make sure that you tag them in to show, you know, that they've done their bit, you've done your bit, and actually ultimately it's a collaborative process. You'll also see that they're really good with the detail on the different fixings and things that they've used, which again, if they're wanting to work with other tradespeople and other tradesmen, it's a really good way of you know, actually doing that. You know, you're highlighting the products, and again, if you're actually tagging in the products as well, that's amazing. And then finally, they're pretty good with their hashtags as well. So they've got their own hashtag. They've usually got a hashtag for the place. They've usually got a hashtag for the actual project as well. So that was, I think, hashtag Project Cobham. So yeah, and then they also tag in the place here. So you can do, you know, RK Carpentry Cobham. So again, anyone that's looking in your place. And again, if you're kitchen design, it's hashtag kitchen design Cobham, hashtag kitchen design Surrey, you know, things like that. So I guess any business can do this. So it could be you showing how you get your restaurant ready on the lead up to Christmas. It might be you talking to your chef about the new menu that's coming up, and you're just doing little tastings. It might be you showing you getting the Christmas decorations up in your shop window ready for, you know, like it can be, you know, the start, the middle and the end. So it's all about highlighting, showing your products and showing your skills and your craftsmanship through telling a story. And literally the only thing you have to do is have some video footage. It's that simple, guys. So I hope that that was helpful. And again, any questions at all, just please pop it in the chat. I'm happy to, sorry, in the Q&A, I'm more than happy to answer them. Now, we're going from these guys to Lidl. Now, I wanted to show you this because it is very different. So we've talked about selling, I guess, telling a story about craftsmanship, about from an independent business. This is about selling their service. Obviously, it's a product, but it was about selling their service. So what I wanted to show you is how you could turn that on its head a little bit. So you can also make a product pop. You can also make a product pop by showing how things fit together. So by showing how different elements of your products fit together to make a thing. So this might be ingredients that you sell. So it might be that you're a deli and you sell multiple ingredients or something. It might be that you're a butcher and I don't know, you've got a meat, and it might be that you go down to your local fruit and veg shop and you tag them in it on Instagram or Facebook, and you tag them in to say, got these, this is how to make the best Sunday roast. You know, things like that. So any business can do this. It's just about thinking about, people want inspiration. So it might be that you're a nail bar and for Halloween that you want to show your I don't know, that, you know, that these are some ideas on how you can create Halloween nails. Now, the likelihood of me being able to do that at home is minimal, but what I'm much more likely to do is look at that and go, oh my God, goodness, I'll just go in and get that done there. So let me show you what they've done. There you go. So ultimately it was Halloween, and Lidl obviously want to promote the various Halloween products that they sell, or the various products that they sell. And in particular, they thought the best way to do that was doing something with a mixologist. So they've got a mixologist in to look at how to make seasonal drinks using our award-winning range of spirits and wines. Now, what you'll find here is all of these are found at Lidl. So that this is literally the, you know, the Highland whiskey right through to the white 7 egg, right through to the half 11. Okay, so they've gone, right, okay, what would people need a lot of from our store? If you wanted to make cocktails, and again, you might have a party for Christmas, it might be for New Year coming up, it might be for whatever it is. So cocktails are a great thing to, you know, pull together. Or it might be that literally you are I don't know, you might be, as I said, a nail bar, and you want to work with your local bar on how to make an amazing I don't know, girls' night out cocktail, right? And then you show the beautiful nails that you would be holding with the drink at the bar, and it's a collaboration. So whether it's a lot of ingredients that you have, and I say ingredients, that might be lots of items that you do. So going back to the joinery, it quite literally might be that there is a bunch of different people that you're working with, that all these ingredients go in, if you like, to creating this thing. It might be the process that you use to go into stuff, it doesn't matter, but it's all about giving people inspiration for what they can do with your product. So even if it is that, you know, come and get your hair done, get your nails done, whatever it is, and then you're going out on a night out, here's 10 places in your local area that you can go. And then you tag in the other businesses, you tag in the products that you use. It's about how ultimately someone could do this themselves, but the likelihood is they're probably not. They're going to go to their local bar, or they're going to look at this and go, right, okay, I'll give this a go home. That's different. It's a supermarket, but it's the same sort of theory, if that makes sense. And it got some good engagement with people, you know, that really interested in what they've done, and saying, you know, it looks like a delicious cocktail. They've got loads of details. So, I mean, ultimately, any business should be able to copy something like this. So we've talked about using reels and lots of video content to tell a story, you know, the beginning to end, the before and after, that kind of thing, and the craftsmanship. And then this is more about how you can take multiple things from your business and get them to be inspired to come in to buy it, or it's you collaborating with another business to sell both of your products. Again, mega easy to do. And on that, so if you're ever looking for how to do a certain thing, so I mean, I've mentioned Reels there. There was a little video there. We've kind of talked about hashtags a little bit. On the Maybe platform, you can go into the training section, and then you can go into the videos. So here it says it's 181 videos. I literally did this yesterday, 181 videos, and this is how to do a thing. So below you'll see there getting started with social media. So it's literally everything from how to set up a Google business listing, how to set up a Twitter account, how to do an Instagram business account, right there through to how using your place can drive engagement, how doing demonstration videos can increase your footfall, and then how to do those ones, how to make a really good video, how to make a really good reel, how to use hashtags. There is hundreds on there. So whilst I can, obviously I only have a certain amount of time each week, so I can talk about lots of things. If there's anything that you get stuck on, either click on the little blue button or go into the training section on Maybe, because there's tons here and they're all in like little tiny chunks. So, if you need to learn to do a thing, they're all there. And if not, there'll be a blog on it as well. So then we're going to go to Westfield. So again, completely different. So I did say that this was going to be about showcasing products on social media and services, but in various ways. So I want to show you how different people do it. Now, if you think about a shopping centre, a bit like a supermarket, what they've got to do is they've got to show off all of the various products and all of the various stores. So they need to show off the products to drive people in to buy the product, and they need to show off the stores, and the stores will all want equal mention all the time. Now, I used to be a shopping centre marketing manager. I know it very well. Retailers need support, okay? So your job as the person who's looking after the social media of Westfield London is actually no different to looking after a Visit X, Visit Glasgow, for lack of, it might be Cotswold District Council, whoever it is. You ultimately have got to drive people to your place. You would use social media in this way to showcase your businesses, to showcase the products within your businesses, to showcase the people behind your businesses in order to get them in. So I wanted to kind of give you guys a little example of what Westfield have done, so that again, depending on who we've got on the call here, you might be able to get some inspiration behind this. Also, it depends, you don't have to be, a place manager at a shopping centre. This is about, I guess, how do you drive physical footfall down to your store using digital? That's what this is, okay? So what they've done is they have used autumn as the hook, if you like, the campaign hook. So they've decided autumn mode activated. We all know the weather has changed. Don't know about anyone else. I got caught in the most horrendous torrential downpour yesterday with my daughter coming out of a supermarket, and honestly, we were drenched. So we're all having to put on the coats, get the brollies, get the hats, all that kind of thing at the moment. So now is a really good time to talk about weather changing. There's obviously a lot going on in politics just now that affects all of us. There's a lot going on in the environment. There's a lot going on with the fact that the seasons have changed. There's Christmas coming up. There's plenty of things that you can use as a hook for your campaigns. So let's look and see what Westfield did. Autumn mode activated. Okay, so what they've done there is super simple. They have literally walked around the shopping centre and gone, what looks autumnal, what looks nice, and which stores do I need to support? And how do I show as many products that would go with, I guess, an autumn wardrobe as physically possible? So as you can see, I'm not going to put the sound back on, but as you can see, they've gone for the jumpers, they've gone for the really lovely autumnal drinks, they've gone for the boots, they've gone for the wreaths, to decorate in your house, they've gone for the pumpkins that signify Halloween, you've got your hats, your scarves, you've got the various accessories, you've got the little rings that again looked very autumnal and lovely. You've got the little homewares that kind of brighten up your house. It literally covers everything that anybody might be thinking about when they're thinking about how to get ready for autumn, okay? And what this does is multiple things. So it's about giving you inspiration. So if you're sitting just, as we all do, sitting in the social media rabbit hole, as I call it, you're sitting flicking through, might be bored on your lunch break, whatever it is you're doing. And then suddenly you go, oh, that jumper is really nice, or oh, my friend would love that, or oh, my child would absolutely love those little boots, or whatever it is, okay? It's about inspiration. Now, just because they've done it on mainly sort of fashion, homewares and products, doesn't mean that anybody could just, as I said, could be a nail bar looking at the various different autumnal colors that you can get. It could be that it could be a kitchen design company, go back to that from what we talked about earlier on, and it could be that they have dressed up a kitchen that they've created and they've dressed it up with autumnal stuff and tagged in, you know, like some of the other businesses that they would work with in order to do it, to give again, because it's not about just the fact that they've designed a kitchen, it's about giving people inspiration to see what that kitchen would look like, what would that feel like in their home. So having just a blank canvas is great, but I would want to see, oh, you know, like would you put a candle there, would you put the fruit bowl there, you know, things like that. So it's all about inspiration. And if you are a place manager, rather than, you know, it being, basically it's like a shopping center, you know, you're just walking around your place and going, okay, you know, what stuff, you know, what's going on for bonfire night, what's going on for Christmas, you know, like what, like here are our top 10 gift ideas for Christmas from some of our independent boutiques. And as well, you obviously you can do it for your big nationals as well. But ultimately, it's all about trying to drive people down to a place to do a thing, to buy a thing. So use this as inspiration. Think about how do you pull all your products together, whether it's to do with Christmas or it was Halloween or it was, you know, I don't know, Valentine's Day coming out. This can be used for any season, or it could also be, I don't know, how to survive the current climate. And it could be that you're a mortgage advisor and you give top 10 tips on, I don't know, like getting all of your finances in order, and you work with different experts on it. Like, you know, what I'm trying to show is that it doesn't matter whether you're trying to sell a product or a place or a thing. This can be used in different ways. And again, this is a series of tiny little snippets that have been chucked together on a reel that will have taken an hour. You know, they'll have enjoyed walking around doing it, but, you know, it wouldn't have taken long for them to do that. And if you literally just allocate time in your month to do a lot of that, you've got a bank of content. You can use it in stories, you can use it on reels, you can use it for different things. You can put it on Twitter, Facebook, whatever, you know, whatever channels you use. But basically, it's all about driving inspiration. Always make sure you tag in people. So always make sure that any of the products you've got there, if they sell them online, make sure that they, you know, you tag them in. If it's, you know, from different shops, make sure that you put, you know, it's from, I don't know, New Look or River Island or whatever it might be. Make sure that you use your location. Make sure, as you can see here, they've done autumn fashion, but they actually could have done a ton more hashtags. They could have done, I don't know, autumn fashion maybe at Westfield. It could have been, I don't know, it could be London, West London, you know, for the other one. It could be, I mean, and there's 100 different hashtags that can be used. It could be that you're an independent retailer. So it could be hashtag indie business, hashtag support indie business. It could be hashtag small business UK. There's lots of things like that that people are looking for when they're looking for, and it could be gift ideas. It could be about autumn, you know, but make sure that you ensure that you are doing hashtags to do with your product, hashtags to do with your service, and also hashtags to do with your place as well. And make sure you're tagging them in. I know I'm flying through this, but there's so much that I want to cover, guys. So I'm hoping that it is helpful. Honestly, any questions, just interrupt. I'm more than happy to answer them. And then this, again, looks like I'm talking a lot about videos, but it's how you can use it in different ways and how you can showcase your product in different ways. That's what I'm talking about. And whether you like it or not, video is king on social media. So there is obviously going to be a lot of video here. Now, this is Belle Diva. I love Belle Diva. I interviewed them, her name's Jane, a little while back. I think it was last year during, maybe after a lockdown, something like that. But basically it was after a really rubbish time for most businesses, particularly fashion businesses. And basically what we discussed was that, you know, they were getting really strong on social. They were getting really good at social. And rather than posting lots of things like this, which is obviously lovely, you know, they're showcasing their products, what she realized worked well was that she had people of basically of a similar age to her that were coming into her store, and they weren't really feeling, you know, how would this coat work for me, you know, if I'm in my, say, 40s to 60s, or how would this fit on me if I'm a size 18 versus a size 8. So when you've got traditional models on things, it doesn't always kind of give you that inspiration to kind of go, you know, like, how will that fit on me? So what Jane realized what she was doing, she was trying to entice people to purchase, but, you know, again, at the time that a lot of people couldn't get down to her. And so she started doing this. She started doing lives. She started doing videos, reels, things like that when reels came out, where she physically put on the coats, she put on the dresses, she walks around, she talks about and talked about the feel, the cut, the fabric, and she showed what it would feel like on a basically on a real person, on a very, very beautiful real person, but on a real person. So that's the kind of background behind this, and I'll just show you what Jane does. So you get the picture, right? So this was on October the 18th, so this was quite recent, and she became really well known in her area, which is Solihull kind of way, and for doing this. She became very well known as an independent business, an independent fashion boutique owner, that people were going on and looking for her, like, looking to see what her latest collections were, what was coming in. So how she showcased her product was physically putting them on and then talking about them. What better way? You can see the way the coat moves, you can see the way it sits, you can see the way she talks about it. You can imagine, she's might be wearing jeans or trousers and shoes, but you can imagine that, she literally, if she just recorded this, what she could also do is go away and put the same coat on with a nice dress and a pair of heels to show, the difference. And then you could do 2 images side by side. You could actually do, I think one of the things that one of them, sure it was her, one of the things that she did was she had herself and a member of her staff who was, again, I think she was a little bit younger. She was a different build, different shape. And she showed, the 2 outfits together, like, again, how you could dress it up and dress it down, and how you might want to wear this if you don't like, I don't know, your arms. You might want to wear this if you don't feel comfortable with your hips. So basically, she showcases her products by being the customer, by showing what it feels like to wear it, by giving you the real insight into how it all would fit, look, feel, the touch, the price, again, going into the price. And then you've got to go down to her store to buy it. And that's the kind of point. She needs people to physically, like, be in her store. The other thing that showcasing the product like this does is it gives you a feel for the customer service you would get. You immediately feel that Jane, you like her. If you watch her all the time, you feel like, you like when you go in, it feels like visiting an old friend. It feels like visiting, like your bestie that you would go for a cocktail with, because she's on there all the time. She's present, she's in there, she's doing it. And so you feel like you've gotten to know her. So again, that's another reason why being present on social media and actually showing your product face to face, whether it's literally you're just unboxing some products, or you've just got, I keep going back to the nail bar, but going back to, I don't know, like, you're a nail bar and you're getting loads of new colors out for the season. It might be whatever it might be. It's all about being present and showing your products directly to people and talking about them with passion. That's what people love. So again, another example of an independent business that's doing it and doing it really, really well. And I'm hoping will give you guys a little bit of inspiration on how else you could showcase your service and your product. And then we've got our final one here, which I have actually featured before, but it was ages ago, and it was actually for a slightly different reason. So this company is called Totally Beads, and they are an online, funnily enough, beads company. They sell beads. Does what it says on the tin. Totally Beads, they're all about beads. So again, during lockdowns, what they had to do, I've just taken a bit of a screenshot of this to kind of give you guys an overview, but what they had to do was they realized they had to use social media to try and connect with the emerging people. A lot of people started doing a lot more crafts. A lot of people started, getting more into, like, making things, because we all had a lot more time in our hands and we were all stuck at home. So then fast forward to now, and over the last sort of year or so, what they started to do was they realized that the best way of showing a craft-based product is actually to show what it could make and to create inspiring designs and to show, you know, so if you could do this with a scarf, you could do this with, you know, if you're a wool company, a stitch company, it could be, you know, whatever it might be, an actual jewelry making company. What these guys do is they sell the beads and then you turn it into the thing, right? So the best way of doing that is to show you how to do it. So here you'll see what they do is they've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these videos where they do a live tutorial. So that's on the left there. So they've got, it's an hour long. And then when you click into it, basically it tells you how to make a thing. So you'll see there at the top right, tomorrow at 10 a.m, using head pins and eye pins to turn your beads into linked jewelry. They do it as an event. So you'll see there, you can put interested. And at that point, there was 2 people going. So they'd click to say, yep, that's a bit of me. I want to go to that. So they've advertised it, because they do the same every week. So they do a segment at the same time, I think roughly every single week. And they'll say, we're going to do a thing. They'll make an event of it. So people will see that as an event and people get alerted and they get a notification to say, brilliant, okay, come along. Then they go on the live and they do the tutorial. And it is literally, they will explain, these are all the beads that we used. This is the design. You can download it here. This is, you know, this is how you physically make it. They encourage you during the live to ask questions as well. And then do you know what the best thing about going live and talking about your product is? So it's no different to Jane, right? Except rather than doing a pre-recorded, you're going live. The best part about this is you can encourage live conversation. Also, if I follow you, I get an alert to say Totally Beads has gone live. I then get another alert as a reminder to say, oh, by the way, did you know they're live? Do you remember that they're live? Then when I go into my notifications later, if I happen to have just, you know, if I've been in a meeting or something and I've kind of ignored those and swiped them away from my phone, when I go into Facebook and I go into the notifications little section, it will still be there saying they were live. Here's a link to their video. And then you can go back. And then if I happen to go into the feed at any point, it's there. It lives there forever. They were live at this point. They can also share that on multiple channels. You can see there, you know, like watch, so they had a problem with Facebook Live. So they recorded it and then they put it on YouTube. They can share it on YouTube. They can share it afterwards. They can take the live. They can snip it into lots of different individual things. But basically, the essence of this is that what they've done is they are showcasing their product to people by going live. They're not just showcasing the product, so they're showcasing the beautiful beads and that kind of thing, but you know, they need people to buy the beads. They need people to buy the beads to turn it into a thing. And so what they're doing is, again, using inspiration. So this is about a few things. It's about going live to talk about with passion about what you do. It is about if you perhaps sell ingredients to something, or you can, it's a craft-based business or some kind of business where, you know, I don't know, it might be art, it might be design, whatever it is, and you need it to turn into a thing. Show them how to turn it into a thing. Give them downloadables, give them PDFs, whatever it might be. But the key to this is make sure they A, know that you're going to go live, so push it beforehand. B, if it works, keep going live and keep doing it on the regular. And C, make sure that then you use the content afterwards. So loads of people have asked you questions about something about, I don't know, maybe they said how to use head pins and eye pins. If loads of people had asked me that, then I would then turn that into my segment for next week, which is no different to what I did this week, which was having someone ask me about how best to show off your products when you're a small team. And then I've literally turned that into today's webinar about how best to showcase your products, whether, to be honest, you're a little team or a big team, whether you love Instagram or hate Instagram, it doesn't matter. This is how to do it. And this is the formula. And these are 100 different ways that you can do it. So it's a really good way to get extra content as well. And then remember, there are so many different businesses that are out there doing this already. So how I find this stuff, right, is I go onto the Maybe platform and I go into looking at engaging. So I want to see whether I can engage with I don't know, like people in my local area or groups that I've created. So I've showed you guys how to create groups before, where, you know, you create a group of, I don't know, it might be charities, or it might be businesses in your local area, or you might be a council and you've got a list of local businesses that you want to engage with. It might be press, whoever it is. But you can also get inspiration from the public groups that we've already created. So literally what we've done is it pulls together the top accountants and LLPs, it pulls together the top banks, financial services, the charities, the membership organizations, the beds, local authorities, shopping centers, travel businesses and retailers. So there's loads in there of public groups, right? And what that does is it's a group that are performing, as you can see, performing well in a particular topic or genre. So these are all councils that are really getting excellent engagement already. And then what we've done is we've pulled them together into one neat little group, and then all you do is add them. So you simply add them in, and you can, so see a council, you want to see what all the other councils are doing. You don't have to sit and go and add them yourself. You can go in and see what they're doing in there. If you are an accountant, if you are a bid, if you are a shopping centre, that's how we pull them all together. So I just wanted to again show you, if you've never gone in and clicked into any of that, when you look at viewing groups, that's what the group section is all about. So hopefully we'll give you guys some extra inspiration and show you where I find all this good stuff. Now, again, when you do find a business or a council, or a, if you're a council or you are a visit wherever, or a design company or interior design, whoever you are, what you want to do is then use them on your dashboard, so you can click on them and go, right, okay, I like you, you're really, really good, I want to learn from you. Or it might be a direct competitor and you want to watch them and see what they're up to. So you can add them here as your as a comparison, and then you can compare them for free forever. If you want to add any more, you want to look at any more, literally just contact us at the little blue button, and we can help you and come up with whatever that is. Ultimately, it's just about the number of people that you want to listen to and talk to. So the kind of key takeaways then to round up is all you need to do to showcase your products in terms of creating a story is to bank up videos of your craftsmen at work. So literally get them to do loads and loads of befores, afters, little reels, little, sorry, not reels, little time lapses, them, it might be them, I don't know, walking the dog in between, doing something. It doesn't matter what it is, but showing how the process comes together, and it humanizes your business. And that's a really good way of showcasing your product, especially if it's something that starts here and turns into this. Create packages, get ingredients, showcase how different things fit together. We talked a couple of weeks ago about, I think, how Primark use like a flat lay. They literally get a coloured bit of paper, and then they'll put all the Halloween products in the store all together, and then say, come down and buy it. Super easy. Or give them inspiration on how they could recreate something at home, and that gives them trust as well as inspiration. Use the season or what's going on in the world to show off everything your place has to offer, to give them a bit of a hook onto something. So to create that content around it, whether, we talked about autumn, we talked about Christmas, that kind of thing, and then go live, whether it's being your product, so aka trying on the clothes and talking about it, or showing how to use your product at its best. You get extra bites of the cherry by going live, because I get told a whole load more times that you've gone live than if I do if you just post a video up. So remember, we do these sessions every single day. On a Friday, for example, it is advanced Facebook training. So, if you're already pretty good at Facebook ad training, so you're already pretty good at Facebook ads and you want to learn more on a specific thing, go on to that. And it's similar to this, it's sort of interactive. If you want to learn how to use Maybe, again, you can join us on a Monday. And if you can't make any of the specific training sessions, then as I said, go into the training section and go into the videos, and you'll see a whole load of stuff in there on how to do lots of things, and there'll be blogs. But as usual, if there's anything you need, either ask me on here live, because I'll be here every Wednesday, or go in and click on the little blue button, because honestly, we love all this stuff and we love getting feedback, and we love if there's anything that the product doesn't do yet that you need it to do, then just let us know. And let me just check the Q&A and see if you've got anything. Oh, no problem, Simon. I really hope that was helpful. It was you, wasn't it, last week? I'm sure it was, unless I've gone mad. But yes, I hope that was helpful, everybody. And yeah, you're welcome, Danny. No problem. But yeah, anything at all that you want me to cover, please just pop it in the chat, or send us an email, or carrier pigeon, however you all want to talk to us. And I will make sure that I cover it over the next couple of weeks, guys. But honestly, thanks very much. You've been lovely. And I'll see you guys again next Wednesday.